Was you in college when Rich Homie came out?
I was in like fucking probably 10th grade.
So you ain't really get to like experience that Migos and Rich Homie era. That was something special. Travis Porter.
I was probably I was listening to that shit, but like that was a little bit before me, tiny bit.
Yeah, no, but we gonna get into that. What's up, y'all? I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the We Want More podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Moore.
Asante Morris.
Maxwell.
And we got Pepsi. He's to the left of me, chewing on his blanket as always. Shit, I don't know what. I gotta find different material to get this little nigga, man, because this shit is killing me. But we on episode 52. Episode 52, please be sure to subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to this on, whether that be on Apple, Spotify. If you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe to that. And if you are on Apple or Spotify, please give us 5 stars. That'll definitely be appreciated. Scroll down. Just hit that 5 stars real quick. And if you got any words for us, man, leave a review. We definitely appreciate that. Show announcements.
You want to talk about like the real world? Okay.
Yeah. I gotta get into my world first. I'm a narcissist. September 24th, I'll be in Washington DC. So yeah, the link to that show, that'll be in the description of this episode right here. So yeah, if you're in Washington DC, pull up, man. September 24th. And if there's any other cities out there that you'd like to see us perform, man, let us know. Let us know where we need to come to. And shit, I think in October I'm gonna actually do a virtual comedy show. I'm gonna put together a show for Zoom for all my listeners all over, because shit, I want y'all to see what we've been working on. And it might be in some cities where we don't have the biggest following yet, but I still want to tap in with the people that are in these different places. We got shit. It's 3 people rocking with us consistently in Australia. So yeah, I wanna give y'all some jokes down under.
I thought that was dope because we talked about Australia, like just as far as what it would be like to tour there. So the fact that we have listeners there is very cool. Yeah, no, definitely, we definitely appreciate y'all over it, and I want to show y'all that appreciation by showing y'all what I've been working on. But yeah, it's how you feeling?
I had wisdom teeth pulled out my mouth.
Damn. I mean, shit, you got insurance?
Something like that.
Yeah. nigga just tied it to a string, tied the string to the door, shut it real fast.
Yo, I was your nurse.
I got dental insurance.
Oh, okay. No,
dental insurance isn't that bad. If I get cancer, I'm fucked. But even high blood pressure, I'm dead. But my mouth is 100%.
No, but that's how you could tell where you at in your comedy career, by how many comedians support your GoFundMe. So it's like sometimes you gotta skip the insurance just to see that the love is there.
I don't think you should be allowed to do a GoFundMe like if you're in a hospital, like medical shit, a GoFundMe, or if you like gay or just like LGBT in general. The straight niggas, no, because
no.
If I'm donating to a GoFundMe, I'm expecting my dick getting sucked. That's the point I'm trying to make. So just the straight nigga, I'm not donating to this motherfucking GoFundMe, because it ain't what's in it for me.
No, them niggas could get jobs too, man. we inclusive, but no, this week was cool, man. We had a few shows. We performed in Jersey together. Yeah, we did. We're getting to a point where we're on similar shows, like the same show a little bit more often, so that's cool. Yeah, that either mean something to people at some point. Yeah, that either mean you moving up or I'm yeah, I shouldn't be catching up to you. Yeah, you moving up or I'm falling off. It's a little bit of both. No, it's dope. It's dope to like get to perform with you, man, and it's cool to see your growth. It's cool to see that. Yeah, and it's cool to see that I might be able to take your spot soon. Take your ass out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to kill this nigga.
I enjoyed both performances. Yeah, I thought they were good.
No, that's not what the industry is. The industry is who's more cutthroat.
Nah, that was a good show, and it is cool to see you just getting out there and watching your material grow. That was dope.
I'm trying to work out a half hour right now.
Crowd work of the night, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Crowd work of the night, in my opinion.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm terrible at crowd work, so my crowd work is me leaning into the fact that I'm not good at talking to people.
And it was excellent. I thought it.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
I think it maybe in the way that like you know, like you might really enjoy a meal at IHOP. Like it's not even trying to pretend that this shit is good. It's just
okay. Like
this shit not gonna be good, but you gonna enjoy it. You know what I mean?
It'll get the job done. It serves its purpose.
Yeah, lean into it. It's like, you know what? This isn't food, so let's just put whipped cream on it. Because it's not real anymore.
Never gonna compliment you on the show again.
Yeah. Don't fucking compliment.
Yeah, my bad. That's something. My bad, bro. All right.
Yeah. Because then I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're right. I was good. I don't want to do that.
Outside of that, I had a show. I had a college gig in Minnesota on Friday. On Friday, I was in Duluth, Minnesota.
Duluth?
Yeah, that shit is at the top of the top. I think it's right next to Lake Superior. It was it's about 2.5 hours from Minneapolis, the capital. But it was a good experience.
What school was it?
The College of Saint Scholastica. It was Catholic school, and it was actually. I actually had a great time.
It sounds like it. Did they know you went to Catholic school? Like, are you the Catholic school college comic now?
No.
You gotta run that.
It's tough because, you know, as I get better at comedy, I feel like the colleges, not that they get tougher, but it's just like I just want to talk about what I want to talk about, as opposed to like be up there like just entertaining 18-year-olds.
Yeah, I get it.
So, but I mean, it's still nice to, you know, bring them into my world. Mm-hmm. So I had a good time though. I had a good time. At one point though, I kind of did feel bad. Not feel bad, but so one, I want to shout out the two students that, you know, that put together this event and made sure things that ran smooth. This young lady named Caprice and this young guy named Aaron, both from two students from Minnesota. They just made sure it was an all-around great event. But at one point in the show, you know, and I tell this to college students, not to come off like a dick or like be an asshole, but, you know, I tell them at any point in the show, if you're not enjoying it, it's okay to leave. Like, for real, it's like, I get you didn't spend money on this show and you're not going to hurt my feelings at all. And not the shit on Duluth, Minnesota, but it's like, my career isn't about to change in this town. Like, and that's with any show. That's with any show though. Like, this one show isn't going to just change my life. So it's like, if you're not enjoying this, it's okay to go. Cause
is this your way of telling us that the show went horrible?
No. No, the show went great. But it was, so at one point, it was this guy in a row. It was this guy sitting in the middle of the row, and he was looking around like, how can he get up, right? So then he decided to just hop over the chair. Mm-hmm. He hopped over the chairs, and that's when I said that. I was like, yo, if at any point y'all want to leave, it's okay. Like, you don't have to feel bad or anything. But he was just going to go get one of his friends. Mm-hmm. So then he ended up coming right back. But at the same time, after I said that, these two white girls that were sitting at the top by themselves, like, they were just scrolling on their phones the whole time. They ended up leaving.
That's good.
And, yeah. Which, like, and that's what I want. Like, the people that, like, if you're not paying attention anyway, just go.
Yeah, I don't fuck with 18-year-olds anyway.
But so after the show, you know, all the students coming up to me, telling me they enjoyed it, you know, just trying to exchange my social media. And this one girl, like, that came in late, she was like, yo, that was really funny. She was like, I didn't know what to expect because these two girls left and said it wasn't good at all. Right? Awesome. Yeah, it was like, man, y'all wasn't paying attention no way, and I appreciate that. I do appreciate them
probably
leaving.
Didn't do any crowd work.
Yeah, and that's what they wanted.
Like, oh, you're hot. What do you do for a living? It's like, you in fucking college. I'm at the college. I know what the fuck you do for a living.
Yeah, but other than that though, the show was good. Was in and out of there, and got right back and did some shows in the city last night.
Yeah, this shit never stops, and it's like, it's fun.
Yeah,
work. You know, but it's not work because you just get to, you know, comics that act like this shit is really work piss me off.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this shit is like, you do work. It's not that it's not work, but it's like, you're not fucking filling out spreadsheets and.
Because a lot of times, you know, with shows, you aren't really getting paid for, like, I mean, you are getting paid for the job that you do on stage, but also a good part goes to, like, the travel. So it's the hassle of it. Mm-hmm. So as far as I gotta get to the show. What I have to do, the flights I gotta take. I might have to drive once I land, or is the show gonna start on time, or things of that sort. So that's all things. That's what we really get paid for. Like, I mean, a good amount of us, we got into comedy just for the love of it.
Yeah, yo, this shit is. I mean,
so it's like
talk for like an hour. That's like being in a work meeting,
right? Yeah,
but you leave after the meeting. And you don't have no work to do for the rest of the day.
Right, so it's like I get to do the thing I love. It's just everything else that comes with it is just the extra part.
Yeah, but I mean, that's with anything. Yeah. You know, there's nothing that's not... You're not going to ever do anything and you're like, damn, I love flying to this.
Other than that, though, everything was good. You ready to... You want to do some questions from the listeners?
Yeah, I guess so. All right, we're going to do questions from listeners now.
Love that shit, man.
Yeah. We need to have like a sparkle effect on the screen too.
Yeah. So we got some questions from the listeners, man, and these were really good. I want to go through a good few of them. So first up, somebody asks, what is the next human quality that evolution needs to like either remove, add, enhance, or tone down?
Probably Dickie. Like there should be like a way for us to like breed out all the dick eaters. To the point where like nobody does that shit no more. You like, you know what I'm saying? You remember the video of like, you know, this is a good example. Remember what's the dude Casanova?
Yeah.
Remember it was a video of, like he was like,
oh, he was walking through the party?
You know, he's walking outside. Yeah, like he's outside or some shit. And he's like, we outside. And then there was a nigga behind him like recording him, acting like he was with him. He was like, we outside. I'm like, that shit needs to not be in the next generation. That's really what I would like to get rid
of. Getting back to men being men.
Men being men.
Okay.
And them being those, and women being women. Everybody being what the fuck they want to be, but like, as long as it's not Dickie in.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No, I feel you. No, that is the most Philly shit.
That's just the shit that be pissing me off. Like, it's really not nothing that pissed me off. Like abortion, baby, gay shit, fuck whoever you want to fuck. You know, military industrial complex. I don't like weddings either, but motherfucking Dickie and that's just I gotta go.
For me, I guess the quality that we need to like enhance or like tone down a little bit. So I feel like with this generation, you know, the attention span, right? I feel like these kids, they pay more attention to things, but at the same time they have less of an attention span at the same time. Like where they're able to focus, they're able to like pay attention to like more things at once, but at the same time less focus is given. Yeah. So like you'll see a kid playing Fortnite, they'll have their iPad up like with something on YouTube, then they'll have their phone scrolling on TikTok, and it's just these kids have mastered a way to give attention to 3 or 4 screens at once while not really paying attention to the information they're taking in. So they are taking this information in some type of way, but it needs to be I guess the attention just needs to be more targeted in a way.
No, I definitely think that that's something that we're actually like we're doing the opposite right now. We're like we're gonna evolve into people that can't pay attention to anything if we stay on this track. You know what I'm saying? Because like all that shit is just like keep you on the phone so they can advertise and sell shit to you. Right. You know, so like that attention span is just gonna drop to the point where like we're just gonna be easier to brainwash. Yeah. Like think about how hard it used to be to brainwash people. It wasn't that hard. Like the TV was the only thing. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it was easy. You know, the communist Red Scare. So I take that back a little bit. But it's just gonna be so much easier because we have all this access to like information. Like we could all be on like a certain equal level of critical thinking and shit. But there's just so many distractions. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I actually do got one.
Okay.
And it came actually inspired. I had totally different direction my mind's been spent on this, but you just inspired something. Foresight, because of a conversation we were having prior to the show. I think it's foresight that's lacked in this generation. Okay. A lot of a lot of immediate gratification leads to immediate decision making with no long-term thinking.
That's also a really good one too.
And now we're starting to see that result become the norm. Once in a while, it would be kind of like an outlier to a generation. You'd see somebody who really kind of acted in the moment, didn't think of the long-term results, but now it's an entire generation of, I'm going to do this now, I'm going to take this action now, I'm going to feel this way now, and it's going to be permanent decision, no longevity as far as anyone's thought process. And that's something that I think needs to be reminded into this generation. Like, yo, you are more than likely statistically, as long as, I shouldn't even say that, but listen, there's a good chance you can see past 21.
Right.
Like, maybe think like that.
Yeah. It's survival instincts. We're like slowly breeding out our, like, people don't exercise. So like, imagine the world ended and we went back to like hunting and running from wild boar. None of us run. None of us know how to focus. So hunting's gonna be bad. None of us know how to like make decisions and plan ahead properly.
Right.
So you might fuck around and just die off of, you collect a bunch of berries and eat them all, and now you're fucking starving through the winter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these are like things that are just innately human, and we getting rid of them. Yeah. So that's a good one.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. Somebody asks, what's the whitest thing you guys do on a regular?
He's actually white.
I was gonna say, get up in the morning.
Yeah.
But as of today, my favorite way. Listen, all right. This is a real. This is near and dear to my heart. This question, it's been bothering me since I've seen these. It's like, what white thing do you do? And I go, probably anything I can get away with. Because to be quite honest with you, growing up the way I did, being the white cousin or the white dude in the crew, like, I always had to do something a little bit extra. Yeah. But I also became very good at finesse. Okay. So now I used to be like, damn, I hate looking like a cop as a kid, because I'd always have to be like, nah, I'm not a cop. As an adult, I'm able to sit outside, smoke a joint in my car, and watch the game, and everyone else be nervous about what they're doing. And that's what I did today.
Okay. How about you?
I was listening to Slayer on the way over here, so I think that qualifies.
Somehow whiter than me.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't really. I don't know if I do like white shit.
No,
like,
I mean,
regularly. Other than I engage in white media, movies and music and shit, but like, I don't really.
You skateboard.
That's not really white. That's like calling basketball white.
Nigga, you went to San Francisco and almost. For me, well, today, I got up. We went to Trader Joe's. I threw on my Crocs, my Lululemon hoodie, a nice dad hat. What that I got some ginger snaps. Yo, Trader Joe's. This is a side note. Trader Joe's know how to make a good ass snack. The little Scandinavian swimmers. That's like the gummies. Bro, what else did I get from there? I got some good shit from there. But that was my, like, I try to have a nice Caucasian Sunday. But I guess on a regular, probably let my dog kiss me.
You know what? You did a lot of dancing around for that to be the one. Going to Trader Joe's really not no white shit. Like, what are black people expected to do? Go to fucking the bodega and get a fucking molded.
I mean, but like, I guess
supposed to go.
I guess because for black
ShopRite,
it's cheap, bro. Like, black people Bazaar? Like cheap shit.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I guess like for black people, it's fucked up that I'm stereotyping them that way. But it's like either you going to brunch and you dancing on top of the table, or you going, like you said, you going to the bodega and you getting a day soda and some Takis.
Yeah, it's like nobody even do that no more. That's like a version of black that like don't exist. That's like print newspaper black. Yeah. Like it don't really exist no more.
Right, yeah.
It's like a way of reporting blackness that don't really exist.
Like I'm looking at niggas like through a Boondocks lens.
Yeah, and I think Trader Joe's is like, I'm not gonna say it's not a very white experience because they be having like Bahamas shirts on and like they're actually nice to you. So like it's not that I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't think that's really that white.
Yeah.
If you said Starbucks, maybe, but like kissing your dog in the mouth.
I did go to Starbucks after too. I got me a
I was like, really? You didn't go to Starbucks today?
No, the pump.
Are you upset? Are you okay? Like
the pumpkin ice cream chai. Oh my god, I got that with an apple croissant. Oh, I'm a different nigga. But yeah, I would say probably like how I treat my dog, because after we go for the walk, I gotta come in, I gotta wipe him down. I brush his teeth in the morning, sometimes before me.
Yeah, the fact that his collar isn't made out of 100% metal. his collar and his leash don't choke him. No, that's pretty white of you.
No, but no, but it's funny because I think about that. I actually was just talking about that on stage. That's the problem with like black people, how they treat their dogs. Like, and be wondering why pit bulls be going crazy.
Yeah.
It's like your dog is supposed to have a collar and you giving this nigga a padlock like he a bike you don't want to get stolen.
Yeah. It's just, it festers. You know, you in the house listening to fucking, like, old Locks music and the dog is feeling that energy. Yeah. And you, like, talking about how much you hate your boss at work. And if you being negative, you know, and you know what I'm saying, feeding your dog other dogs, like that shit just builds up. Yeah. So yeah, it definitely is a self-fulfilling prophecy, I guess, you know, a little bit. But that's not just black people, that's anybody that, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. But
that's just like a neighborhood thing. You know, you grow up in the suburbs, you're not really that stressed out, so you're not mistreating your dog that much.
Yeah. But
maybe that's the conversation. There's a lot of things that are like, this is black, this is white, when I feel like a lot more shit should be like, this is suburban, this is, because like Africans by all standards of whiteness are like white people, like Nigerians, they don't act like nobody. Black.
That is true. Them niggas had their toes out no matter the weather. Like it ain't just Indians, it ain't I'm saying Africans, they love having their toes out. What else? They love white women. Africans
love white women. Like they to a point where it made me uncomfortable. Where like I'm like, I mean they cool, but damn nigga, like I thought I liked white women, but I was just like, I don't. No, but God damn,
it's like nigga, you are first generation, and you bringing this white woman home. That shit is crazy.
I do like saving money on haircuts. I understand that part, but like, Africans take it to a whole new level. Where it's just like there was never even a thought that he was going to marry an African girl. Like I know Africans that's just like, where the fuck am I supposed to find that? You know what I mean? Like because they from the suburbs and shit.
Yeah.
Like there's certain people that like shit to a point where you like, I don't even think I like it now. You know what I'm saying? Like you talk to somebody about feet. You know, if I talk to him about feet, I'm like, I don't mind feet. I guess I like feet. But then you really like feet. I'm like, I guess I don't like feet, nigga. Because I don't.
Everything's relative.
Everything's relative.
No, somebody else asked. They said, somebody said, how much? I guess this might be just for us. Somebody said, how much of your comedy is inspired from your darkness, like your dark times you went through? Inspired.
Oh, inspired.
Yeah, I can't talk. Yeah. How much of your comedy is inspired from your darkness?
I don't know. I'm not really like a twisted, brooding.
Yeah,
like I'm not like an evil genius.
And also, you know, for me,
it's dramatic.
You know, I do have comedy where I talk about like, you know, just not dark things, but like, you know, just bad times. I talk about my life, so I talk about the good times and the bad times, such as like my barber joke. My barber joke is a true story, and that's kind of one of the things that
you got other jokes, nigga.
All right. Well, catch a nigga steal packages.
There we go. That's another one.
Yeah, but I guess, but for me, before that, like my barber joke was the first joke that I really talked about something in my life.
Oh, you did that on TV.
Yeah,
I see why you
like before that
as an example.
Before that, I was really topical, and I was just on stage, just saying stuff, trying to be funny. And my barber joke was the first time I turned something from my life and made it funny, because that joke is actually based on my older cousin that was cutting my hair and he got locked up. And then when he got out, I was going back and forth between my cousin, like I would let him shape me up, and then I was going to my regular barber. So
that how's your cousin doing? Is he straight these days?
Yeah, he cutting hair. He back out cutting hair.
Wait, like he's been out since then?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
he go back, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's
but cool. So with that, right? You know how like you go through some bad shit and somebody will be like, oh, you know, that'll give you something to talk about on stage. It's like, I'd rather just not go through bad shit.
Yeah.
Like I would rather not have this scenario to talk about, like you lose your job or, you know, your relationship fall apart and people like, oh yeah, you about to be funny. And it's like, no, I just rather be happy.
Yeah. I can write about happy shit.
Yeah.
There's like if you at Trader Joe's, something really funny could happen at Trader Joe's. You'd be happy the whole time, but you just peep shit. Right. You don't got to get shot at Trader Joe's to be able to have a joke. So I don't know. There, like, I feel like with maybe the way our minds work, there's dark shit, and I think maybe comedy comes from dark shit because we see a value in that. Yeah. Where it's not like most people are like, wow, that was bad. I'll have to talk about it in therapy and try to get through this. Whereas I'm just like, I mean, it's kind of funny if you think about it. But that's how I see everything. You know what I mean? Like negative, positive. I don't really have like a filter that divides my thoughts. Like I just accept all of them, and then I decide which ones are worth talking about out loud.
No, and this might have been my favorite question, man. Like somebody. I like this question a lot. Somebody said, I help my family out with bills and I have a stable job. I want to quit and chase my dreams. Is it wrong if I do that? And I'm 21.
That really depends, I guess.
Yeah. And with that, right, it's not on you to like, you can't put that pressure on yourself. I know a lot of times how we come up from, you know, our backgrounds in like Black, Latino communities, we watch our people struggle and we feel like we have to be the ones to save them, but that's really not our responsibility. It's like, of course you want to help your people and you want to save them and you want to, like, you know, but that responsibility is too much pressure to try to change generations worth of setbacks in just one job.
Yeah.
Like it's too much, cuz even so for me, I remember when I was in college, right? I remember this vividly. In college, we used to have this trip once a year where it was like all the black students would go on like the Office of Multicultural Life. We would go on this retreat. And at this retreat, I met two guys. I met one of my homies. He's like still one of my friends to this day. My man Erm. And I met this other guy, Darnell. And they were both accounting majors. And when I was a freshman, I was an accounting major before I got into comedy. And they both did co-op jobs. So they was like, go to class one semester and then the next semester they'll do an internship. And they was telling me like, you know, like you could work, make some money, shadow at an accounting firm. And at the time, like I'm broke, want to help out my dad, like fix up my dad's house. So I was going to do a co-op, but that was like the real reason. And then I got into comedy. And then I realized it's like, this is what makes me happy. It's like you got the rest of your life to work. You can't focus on, if you focus on saving everybody else, it's like your happiness, especially at that age.
Yeah.
Especially at 21, you got the rest of your life to work. When you're young, you gotta be selfish.
Yeah, that's the only way to. We live in like the world and like country and like civilization we live in. You got to put your like own fucking mask on. Like the plane's going down, you got to fucking put your own mask on. Because there's really no way to. We really don't have a way to find self-fulfillment in a family union. Like it's good that you want to help your people out, but you got to think like, how long are you gonna do that for? What's the culmination of that? What do you want to do? Because if you just putting shit off, like I don't know what he want to be. He want to be a rapper or something?
No. I'm not for sure.
Oh well, if you want to be a rapper and you wait till you're 30, let's just there's not really much to say there. You know, that's a bad idea. Also, if you're trying to be a rapper at all, I think you should stop. It don't even matter like who you are. You might be good.
It don't matter the age.
Doesn't matter. You know, being a rapper is just like really a terrible idea.
No, but
it's like being a comic. Who the fuck wants those around?
Oh no, but what did you want to say, Max? How you feel about that?
From the perspective of someone who, in this similar situation, went with the let me forego all the good things that are happening right now and put it back into the family unit. Like, bro, I had a big delay on finding a passion. I'm 35, bro, and like I'm really getting into the pinnacle. I found my passion at like 31, but at 21, in a similar situation, yeah, man, I made the sacrifice. And bro, I've never been a selfish person, so my advice to anyone is, yo, if you have the opportunity to be selfish and it not be a detriment to like your living situation, bro, be selfish. But yeah, it's the lack of, some people don't get the opportunity to be selfish when they really could use it. So if you have the opportunity, go for it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're supposed. If you take care of your family, it's like how long are you supposed to do that? Like,
right?
Like we don't live in a family oriented place. Like you're not gonna get any fucking tax breaks for helping your family, so you're just gonna continue to be broke with them.
Yeah, yeah. Cause like for me, so I got into comedy at 18. It's too much pressure on you to be young trying to take care of other grown folks.
Yeah.
And it sound fucked up, but like it sound fucked up. But it's like sometimes you gotta look at it like, yo, pops, you had your opportunity.
Yeah, yeah, real shit. Like he could easily go out and find a rich old lady to fuck with. You know, your dad did still work. Tell him to go out there and work it. You know, but you know, I understand where special needs comes in, like age, like a lot of things. Where, I mean, if you're the only one that can help, you gotta just think like it's a case by case thing. You really gotta think about it. It's like if you do leave your family, where are they gonna end up? Is there a way you could compromise in between?
Yeah.
Is it that are you scared that they might not support your dream? That's something to consider too. Well, if they don't support your dream now, why would they support it later? You know, that type of shit.
I was watching this interview. I'll never forget this. I was watching a basketball interview, and this kind of helped with my perspective on that, right? I think it might have been Andre Iguodala. He said when he got drafted to the Sixers, I think he was I forget. I think it might have been Iguodala. It was somebody that was teammates with Kyle Korver at the time, and they said they were talking about like what they were going to get their family, and he was telling Kyle Korver like how he was going to buy his mom a house, right? And Kyle Korver, you know, young white guy, he was like, "Why would you do that?" They come from situations where that's not even a mindset of having a buy. Like, why would I buy my mom a house instead of take care of myself first?
Yeah, a lot of people are like, my mom got a man. I don't need to do none of that shit. Like, buy my mom a fucking car. Like, that's my dad's job. That's another reason to stay in your kid's life. I mean, if you leave in your kids, you already don't give a fuck. So have at it. No, that's a good one.
But yeah, it's like because that is a good point. Stay in your kids' lives because that pressure shouldn't be on them to have to rebuild the household, because you know we tend to go through a lot. We trying to break generational curses and setbacks all at once, instead of, like you said, having the foresight of this is going to take some time. I could set the foundation for things to get better over time. But to put yourself in that situation immediately and want to change things in 3 or 5 years, it could happen, but it's really unrealistic, and you're just putting too much stress and pressure on yourself, and that could just lead to so many setbacks in the long term because you get overwhelmed. The struggle of just dealing with that as far as like you'll drain yourself physically and mentally.
Yeah. I think the thing to really think about is it doesn't really matter what your dream is. It's gonna be hard to make that shit financially viable, no matter what it is. So you're gonna be uncomfortable. You're gonna lose people. Your relationships are gonna suffer. Like, it don't matter what the fuck it is you're working on. You know, you might go to college. You might be a kid that's like, well, I want to go to this school, and my high school girlfriend want to go to this other school. Y'all gonna break up. Like, your relationships are always going to suffer when you hit the fucking limit with them, and you know one person's going this way, another person's going this way. With family, it's like, so y'all want me to stay here and be broke with you, or you want me to, you know, go out and try to fucking bring something back possibly? Because that's the other thing. But yeah, it really does depend on the dream. If you want to be a painter, I got no advice for you. You're going to be poor your whole life. You're going to be a rapper, probably don't do that. But it's balance. Yeah. You got to figure out how to balance your work and your like actual life. So you could have a stable job, and you know you don't get to play video games at night because you gotta fucking feed your family. So when you work, you feeding your family. When you're not at work, you working on shit that matters to you. You know, you don't get to just sit home and smoke weed all day. Like, you got to time management. Like, you can do a lot of shit. It's not always possible, but you got to find out if it is, you know, for yourself. And then if you fail, you fucking fail. That's what it is.
And that's okay. It's okay. It's like, even if you do fail at that, we all got one life to live. So you don't want to never go get a little older questioning like, damn, what if I would have tried that?
Yeah, that's the one thing. Like, there's certain shit where it's like, everything I do, I have to just think like, if I don't do this now, am I gonna want to later because I ain't want to do it because I wanted to do it and now I ain't do it. But now I got these kids and no fucking hairline and shit. Like, that's a whole fucking problem. You still got a hairline, it's just further back. I'm talking about like when that shit gone.
No, I know. Yeah, nah, I got one life to live, and that's why I'm gonna go to Turkey. I'm gonna go to Turkey.
You are doing the best thing you could to be able to afford to get to Turkey one day.
Yeah, you think I'm telling these jokes for my family?
No.
Nah, I'm gonna come in here looking like you. I'm gonna have my shit in a ponytail. I'm gonna do all types of shit when I get here. I'm gonna have dreads.
I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I'm not gonna say you will like inspire me, but just the fact you and people I've seen, not you. I'm just saying like people I've seen that like your hair might start to recede or patchy or some shit. I want to do all the shit I can with my hair up until like that point happens to me. It's inevitable, and I don't. I would like men to be comfortable with it. It's life, but I'm gonna do all this hair shit that I could possibly do. Because one day I'm gonna just have to shave it all off. Yeah. So that's some other advice. You gonna be working with your family, trying to support them, stressing yourself out. You gonna go bald. You can't be broke and bald.
You can't. This shit ain't nice.
Women want one or the other. Nice hair or money. You can't be broke and bald.
I mean, you
gotta have a huge dick if you want to be broke and bald and think that life is gonna work out for you. Cause that's porn. That's don't get a fucking earring, nigga. Put some Timbs on. Hit these white bitches from the back, nigga, on camera. Cause that's the only bald and poor. Your only way of making it is porn. That's why I don't watch porn no more. It sets an unrealistic standard for bald people. I'm so full of shit. I don't even know what I'm talking about half the time.
Oh, shit. Yeah, man.
And you got to be able to fuck for a long time to do porn. It's not just about size or like if you're attractive. Like, you got to be able to fuck for like 90 minutes.
Yo, this nigga is crazy.
You get the point I'm trying to make, right?
You know what the craziest part is? I'm listening to all this and I'm thinking like, what if he just phrased it a certain type of way and you guys were just like convinced him to walk away from like his kids and his wife and shit to go like, yo, I can go be a rapper and just like step off. Like, he's like, I helped my parents, but like to hell with these kids, and now he's just out.
No, what if he does take my advice and he's like, I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna support my family and I'm gonna shoot porn in their house. Thanks, Asante. And then he gets kicked out because there's nut all over the basement walls. You got a sick grandmother? You don't got no time off of work? Save them nuts.
No, being a porn star really is crazy though. Cause you gotta be a wild nigga to take your pants off to put your Timbs back on. But just shit, man. You ready to get into some of the topics this week?
Yeah, please get me off of that.
All right, I don't know how we gonna segue into this shit from that.
Normal transition here.
So this past week, man, and it's sad because we were just talking about like wanting to watch our rappers grow old. Like, we just coming off losing Fat Man Scoop, and this shit like just really like just dude was like one of my favorite rappers. Which is like this was one of my guys, man. Right? Jesus. To be that young. Rich Homie Quan sadly passed away this past week at the age of 33. And when I initially saw the news, I was on Twitter and I saw somebody posted, just a regular person post, when I saw them posted, I just logged out. I was like, man, this shit can't be true. And
yeah, that's how I was like, this is a hoax.
Yeah, and I was hoping, and I was like, shit, I gotta wait for TMZ to report it. And then I'm like, damn, this shit is true. And I think they're still waiting for like the actual to put out the actual cause. The initial reports was that like it may have done to like substance abuse. of some sort.
Yeah, man. I mean, you can blame the rap culture or whatever all you want, but it's the Sackler family. You know what I mean?
When the drug conversation does come into play, it's so many different layers to it. Because I'm trying to think how I want to start this. Because it's so many different layers to it. As far as it's more than just addiction. It's depression. It's dependency. It's the lack of other outlets for support. You know, where you self-medicate in such a way. And then also, like, you know, with self-medicating, right, on pills, there's no stigma on taking a pill because it's so routine, right? Like, if you got a headache, you'll take a Tylenol, no problem. So it's the same way where people look at taking a Percocet, whereas they're not looking at the actual effects of it. Because when you take Percocets, we see the effect it has on people, like the drowsiness, the slurring of words, the things of that sort, where it almost make you zombie-like.
Yeah.
Where it gives you the same, because I was looking at like Philly rappers. I was watching these like local Philly rappers, watching their interviews, and you watch them and you be like, yo, this person is basically a functioning crackhead, but the only difference is that they not using crack or like heroin or something of that sort. But the Percocets, the pills that a lot of these people take, the pills, the lean, it gives you that same effect where when you stop taking it, you get the shakes. It make you want to steal people's shit.
Withdrawals, like you could die from a heart attack.
Right. But there's no stigma on taking a pill, because taking a pill, like I said, you'll take it just like a aspirin or something, where people wouldn't use pills, people wouldn't use Percocets, or it would be some stigma towards it if they were shooting it up or if they were snorting it.
Yeah, that shit, it's easy to hide a pill addiction because you could get it prescribed and you could just be taking a normal amount at one point and everybody knows it. But as soon as you step up to some other shit, you're fucked. But everybody's like, he's just, you know, he has his prescription, or, you know, y'all all might engage in it and not realize it's a problem. Like, you know, you take pills, I take pills, fuck it. But like, it could be an insane, everybody with an addiction hides this shit. Yeah. So you never really know how much somebody's taking.
And you know, listen to Rich Homie music, right? I remember like when Rich Homie first, like when he first initially blew up around 2013 when he dropped Type of Way. And that was my senior year of college. So listen to that. Listen, when that first came out, that shit hit so hard. I remember when him and Thug first came out and people were saying, I remember when the whole like they're supposed to be the next Outkast comparison came out, right? And I didn't get it at first because, you know, they got hit with that whole the mumble, like this is mumble rap, where I look at it like these are just two guys from the hood that learn how to be melodic in such a way where we talked about this, how people look at Future. Yeah. Like they critique them like, oh, this is mumble, where it's like, no, this is how they express themselves, where how come they get criticized for being mumble, but I look at it as like no different as Nirvana.
Yeah, they just scream. Yeah, I listen to all type of white shit. Them niggas don't be saying nothing intelligible.
Right. So like, talking. For us, like shit, this is basically my version of hood Nickelback.
Or fucking Mama Say Mama Sama Makusa. What the fuck does that mean? It just sound cool.
Yeah. So, you know, with Rich Homie, man, reflect and listen back to some of his music over the past few days. It's tough because you hear songs where he mentions, you know, if I pop a Percocet, I'ma chill, or he'll talk about, and it's hard to listen to an artist's music where they talk about some of the things and they pass that same way. It's kind of the reason like I couldn't go back and listen to some of Pop Smoke music, because like, you know, one of his biggest songs, like after he passed the whole like Run Up On Me, it's like it's hard to listen to somebody talk about violence when they lost their lives in that manner. Yeah. So that's what, like, it was hard kind of like reflect and listen to some of Rich Homie, but it also made me think about we gotta change. We do gotta change the conversation when we look at people that deal with addiction, changing the conversation from like what went wrong with you to what happened with you.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. Like I kind of just brought this up. How like everybody hides their addictions, so it kind of does feel like sometimes I might be like feeding it by like supporting these people and they do this shit. Maybe we're making it worse by like just letting them normalize it. But at the same time, like if we have a way for drug addicts to actually be honest about the shit they're doing, it's actually not the worst thing in the world. Like if they can really talk about their addiction and like real 100% honesty in their music, we might actually like be able to have a conversation about the shit because people don't feel like they have to hide it.
Yeah. So
maybe I don't know.
It made me really look at like Rich Homie's story, right? Now Rich Homie Quan, he came in the game, and you know rappers, when they reach that type of success, they hit such a high so quick. Whereas like with comedians, our grind has been gradually slow. So it's like even if we are getting more success, you still kind of feel like you're in the same position from like last year or a few months ago.
Yeah, nobody makes it like young. Like Eddie Murphy's only like 21-year-old superstar.
Right. Whereas like with rappers, you go from being broke, trapping or like doing whatever illegal one year to the next year you got a #1 Billboard hit.
Yeah, it could be that quick too.
So with Rich Homie, his peaks and lows have happened so quick. So that could turn you into drug use. So with him, he grew up in Georgia, wanted to be a baseball player, and he went to school he actually went to college to play baseball, but then had to leave school because of tuition. Couldn't afford it. So then because of having to drop out, and you know, at this point it's like I gotta figure out how to get some money, he started committing burglaries. Like I think he was like just robbing people, doing breaking enterings, and then ends up getting caught and goes to jail for a little over a year. Gets out, then starts making music. Music instantly catches fire, right? So he takes off, some type of way happens, you know, the whole Rich Gang union between him and Thug, but then him and Thug, they fall out, right? And this is kind of why, with me, I like the music that I like regardless of what people think, because when you watch an artist fall off, and you know, fall off is like really subjective, right? Because a person might still be making music, but they might just fall out of the limelight. It could be for so many different reasons. And it's kind of what, like, where like, you know how I always mention Ace Hood. It's not that Ace Hood, his music changed that much, but it was like a split when he split from Khaled. So he goes from having like a song with Rick Ross and Future to now he's not getting these cosigns because, you know, people pick sides. So it's like, am I going to go with Khaled or am I start rock with this person? So it's kind of like I feel like the same thing happened with Rich Homie. When him and Thug kind of fell out, people pick sides. Yeah. Because Thug was hotter in the industry, and also like I guess down there like just on some street stuff too. So it's like who we rocking with. So you just like you lose one of your close friends. I'm sure he dealt with losing people in the streets, like whether like losing people to violence. And that's also another thing too when it comes to drug addiction. I think in his instance it might have been some depression of like what he was going through career wise, but then also people get addicted to pills by accident, where like you get shot and they prescribe you the Percocets, and now like you become dependent on that.
Yeah, or like if you partying all the time and you taking drugs, the one day there's no party, you like, damn, I want to take pills right now.
Yeah.
Why? And then you're like, damn, like you could party like every day for a month, and then by the time all the partying's over, you realize, oh shit, I like have a dependency on whatever substance this is. Yeah. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, because it made me look at it because, like, one of my friends...
Do we know for sure if that's how he died, like overdose? Or?
No, that's what's speculated because of, like, you know, how he was found. And I guess, like, the only, like, I guess, glimpse of, like, solace in this whole situation is that, you know, they say he did pass peacefully. So, like, you know, that is the speculation that he did pass in that way, but it hasn't officially come out yet. But... You know, it also made me think about Robin Williams, you know, because, you know, Robin Williams, he, like, you know, took his own life. But, you know, they said it was like a 5-year period where, like, he was addicted to coke, right? And
he was only addicted to coke for 5 years? You talking about like towards the end of his life?
No, like when he was young.
That's yeah. I thought he was addicted to coke the whole time.
No, I think like it was like real heavy when he was young,
okay.
and then he stopped, but like he was struggling with depression because he felt like he missed like a huge chunk of like just of who he was, missing time with his family. Things like that.
That's the exact type of job I'm talking about. Like everybody's doing coke. You might be on tour, so you doing that shit every day. And when you get back, you don't even realize how much you need that shit.
And then
there's no partying going on.
Yeah, how much you need it, and then how much you missed out on. Just getting caught up in that lifestyle and being away. Like, damn, that was time I missed out on spending time with my wife, or that was time I missed out spending time with my kids.
Yeah, and people still do cocaine now are bold because there's no real cocaine anymore.
Then also watching this, man. Damn, dog, you want to talk about the side chicks that was coming out?
Nah, because it's just like, this happens every time anybody dies. And, you know, it'll happen when I die.
You think your funeral going to be lit?
I know all my family would show up out of obligation.
I hope my niggas hold me down, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like,
I never had this discussion. Like, what they going to do?
No, like, if somebody posts me that's not supposed to post me, you got to fuck them up.
It's very like attention seeking, where it's like, you know, somebody dies and somehow it's about you. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, God damn. But that's what we live in, you know. I'm sure if there was a way to do it 100 years ago, people would have did it then too. But it's just everywhere. Like, you die. I was just with this nigga. Post a picture that like you wouldn't have never posted if I was alive and shit.
Right, yeah.
There should be like, if there's like I think to make it more like family friendly and shit, when somebody dies, maybe there should be like one post on some site and some shit, and like the family goes, if you have a good memory or a picture, post it here. Because then it's like, oh, the family gets to see it. But we you just posting it and you private and nobody can see it but like you and all your other dicky and friends, then what's the real point?
And that
just being fucking attention whore.
And that was another thing I didn't like too. I like, you know, it said that we gotta trust TMZ to report on these deaths, but at the same time, the way they do report on these deaths is like really nasty. Like they posted the phone call of like his girlfriend calling 911.
Ew.
Like,
yeah, but we all
shit,
like trauma porn, so that's just that's to be expected now. Like anything, you know, we were just talking about how you open up Twitter now, you see somebody getting shot immediately. Yeah. You know, it's just that's what people want to see for some reason.
Yeah, that shit was nasty, man. Like, cause it's like when the people that are posting this is like, you gotta go one day too, and you would want your loved ones to have that same respect, man.
Nah, if there's a 911 call when I die, I want people to hear it, cause it's gonna be. I feel like it would just be funny. Like there was a banana peel and he didn't see it in the stairs. There was a pie at the bottom of the stairs. He went head first into the pie. It was awful. He's not breathing.
Oh shit! You gonna go out by Home Alone traps?
Yeah, I'm going out like Charlie Chaplin.
No, Macaulay Culkin definitely should have went to jail. Like I get they was wrong for like trying to like break in and kidnap him and all of that, but it's like some of that shit he was doing. That nigga, like watching Home Alone 1 and 2. I could count at least 10 times that he should have been charged with attempted murder.
Yeah, it was like school shooter Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, this nigga was he was dropping bricks from the 4th story of a brownstone. Like that shit, the paint cans. This nigga was shooting a nail gun. Macaulay Culkin was a sick nigga, man.
Yeah, I never watched that movie thinking like, yeah, if somebody broke in, this is what I would do. Like I never felt that shit was relatable. It was just cool to watch. But yeah, if somebody broke in, I would probably, when I was a kid, I probably would have called the police or some shit. Now I know that they would shoot me when they showed up, so I wouldn't do it now. But when I was a kid, I probably would call the cops and just like hide or some shit. Like I never felt that was relatable. I don't know what I would have did in that situation. Probably just, you know.
Right? Know. Yeah. I'm 6 years old watching Home Alone. Like, all right. So if somebody tries to break in, hire from the cops and put a blowtorch to the door.
Yeah. Well, also it was like, all right, step 1, go to the attic. I don't got one. Go to the biggest room. I'm already in it. Hide under the bed. there's suitcases under there,
right?
So I can't fit.
My family got to celebrate Christmas. We Muslims.
Yeah, ain't no chimneys and fucking attics in the household we had. So yeah, Home Alone was just
them burglars would have had my ass.
Yeah, you live in a row home. You just got to knock on the wall and your neighbor would come over. Like that's what. Yeah, Santa Claus. That shit was never realistic. Nobody had chimneys. Yeah, that whole Christmas shit really only makes sense if you like suburban.
I guess to keep it in music, you see this beef going on with Ice Spice and her friend. Well, I wouldn't even call them friends because they only knew each other for 2 years, and I think that's the real start of the problem. They're like, I swear, yo. So, all right, we can talk about this. Ice Spice, she got into it with Cleotrapa. These niggas is crazy, man. Also, like, so I first.
This looks like an AI. Like, imagine you came out from a coma and you saw this shit.
So I found out about Cleotrapa just from like seeing her on the timeline. She was like, you know, just a funny personality on Twitter, and she started to grow a following, and then she transitioned that internet following into making music. And Ice Spice, she blew up by accident. Like, we gonna keep it all the way real. She blew up off of people making it a joke of, we both from the Bronx, so you know that we dirty. Their beef has started after Cleotrapa. She posted, you know, just videos on TikTok just talking about how she was treated after going on tour. Like, you know, she said Ice Spice invited her on tour with her, and then but throughout this tour she was just being mistreated. She wasn't being taken care of in a way of, you know, Ice Spice would have security, the security wouldn't look out for her. People are carrying Ice Spice bags, and Cleotrapa wondering why I gotta carry my own bag. And it's like, is that really too much to carry your own bag?
Yeah, she should talk to some like comedian openers.
Yeah.
Like, they gotta drive. They gotta not say something when the headliner assaults a woman. You don't even know how bad it could be out here. You gotta fucking think about how many niggas opened up for Bill Cosby and shit, bro. That was just like, I want to get on NBC one day. So
when did Ice Spice, when did she blow up? When did, like, because they say they've been friends for 2 years, and I think that's the issue. I wish we had a woman. We need a woman representative to talk about this. Y'all gotta stop being cool with other people for the aesthetic.
Yeah, that shit
that's the real problem. Corny. Like, we all like, all right, when did Ice Spice? So
a lot of my friends are ugly.
Okay, so all right, so they started being cool after, like, around when she blew up. And the Cleopatra, she already had the following too. Y'all not really friends. Y'all just happen to be two people that y'all both look good and y'all both successful in your own lanes.
Yeah, they
y'all not
got
friends.
Nothing in common.
Like, men, we don't care whether our friends attractive or not, or look good or not. We all cool, because the reason why this podcast works so well is because we're actually genuine friends. Like, we could actually hang and talk outside of this.
Yeah, like if we couldn't talk, there really wouldn't be any reason for us to talk at all. Like, we have nothing in common.
Right.
No common ground.
With them, so Cleopatra, so she first started where she was saying how, like, you know, the security guards wouldn't carry her luggage to venues and things of that sort, right? And then
baby. Oh, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that.
Yeah. And then, you know, Ice Spice and her team, they went out to dinner, and then they told her, like, you know, basically she got to pay for her own food. And then
damn. I mean, that one's actually kind of damn.
Yeah. And also Ice Spice was staying, like, you know, getting certain accommodations. You know, she's the star of the tour where she's staying in, you know, 5-star hotels, and they're telling Cleopatra, like, she got to find her own accommodations. And that's, like, for me, that's kind of what, like, you know, with certain shows for us, right? I want to take openers to shows, or, like, you know, I want to take my friends to shows where I could treat them in the same way. You know, like, if you're performing with me, I want you to be treated like an extension of me. And just from, like, you know, the headliners I've worked with, like, you know, when I go on the road with, like, Shane, that's somebody I came up with. So it's like, he makes sure that, like, you know, his guys are taken care of in, like, in a good way. Or same thing, like when I went on the road with Sam Morril, I feel like that's how it should be. But with this, I kind of get both sides of it. Ice Spice is probably looking at it like, yo, you was already popping before me. I thought you had it. Because one of the first times I've seen them together was at like a New York Knicks game. Ice Spice, she was like, you know, she responded to this. And also, it was some
they did something in a Twitter space.
Yeah.
Nothing good comes of a Twitter
she went right to Twitter space to defend herself, it says.
Yeah. Because Cleopatra, she also was telling the story about like how Ice Spice wouldn't even get her like a chicken salad.
All right, so the food thing, I definitely am like, you couldn't fucking feed your opener, but
I get that, but the carrying your bags, it's like, come on,
carrying your bags in the hotel thing where you be like easily like, so like you booked rooms for everybody, or should I get one? Like that, like you don't go on tour thinking like this girl is gonna fucking look out for you all the way.
But that's why I say like women gotta stop being cool with each other just because they look good.
Yeah,
this is how, like, I've never seen men go on a trip, or I've never seen men go on vacation and they come back not cool. But we see that shit happen with women all the time. It's like y'all go to Miami together. Y'all stay 6 deep in a room, and this is y'all first time struggling together because it ain't no man there providing for y'all. Whereas like men, we like being around each other just because we naturally cool. So it's like I have no problem struggling with my man. We came up broke together.
Yeah, I know what type of person you are. I know you're not the type of person to do that type of shit already. That's why we're going somewhere together, because I already know, like, I got a sense of who you are. Right.
Whereas like y'all going there just to get y'all shit off for the gram.
Really, like they just go and twerk together and get followers. Like that's basically it.
So that's what she basically was saying. So Ice Spice had said it to the point that Cleotrapa was just basically I love it so much. Cleotrapa is the best. But she basically said that she can no longer use her audience anymore, and so it basically seemed at that point that's what the trade-off was.
You know, Ice Spice don't got an audience. Fans. She got peeping toms. That's what her stand base should be.
Yeah, bro. Toms. Creeps by things.
Dude. I know, because even I seen it was like a lot of videos lately where, you know, we see Ice Spice on stage shaking her ass, and it's like, it's kind of sad. She just don't got that same love for it anymore. Whereas like the ass is shaking, but it's just the look in her eyes. I could tell the ass shaking isn't coming from the heart anymore.
Nah, it's really not come from the heart anymore. It's kind of like when a lion becomes a man at the zoo and it's roaring, you know. But at a certain point, the lion goes, if I don't roar, they're not gonna love me. I'm in captivity.
I'm gonna play some of this clip where Ice Spice was talking about this in the Twitter space.
All I could do is sigh about it, because it's just like, what can you do, bro? It's like, damn. Crash outs and they going on rants, bro. Crash outs and they going on rants, but fuck it though. At the end of the day, it's whatever, bro. Like,
wait, how old is she again? I don't want to hear her talk.
No, but before I finish 22? This clip, so Cleotrapa actually confronted her on the tour about this. Well, like, you know, she was having a situation where she was trying to figure out why am I being treated this way, and she was venting about it to like the makeup artist and like, you know, her like Ice Spice's team. So then finally one day, Ice Spice is taking a shower, and you know she goes in the bathroom and does her makeup and decides to talk to her about this. Like she airs her grievances.
In the shower?
This shit comes with
it. Ice Spice was in the shower.
I like it. That's when you press somebody. They're vulnerable, yeah.
Yeah, you go take a shit while they're in the shower. You got nowhere to go. So look.
You know, like, y'all see clearly this will come with it, bro, right? So fuck it. But the whole thing that's blowing me right now is like talking about some dark energy, trying to compare a tour bus to a slave ship. Like, what are you talking about right now? What? That is crazy to me, bro. That's so crazy to me. Like, you really gonna be friends with somebody for 2 years, but the whole time you feel like they soulless and dark? Like, you sound dumb as hell, bitch. If anything, we both need saving. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like we was at the movie theaters. We was siphoning. Bitch, you not gonna tell the people how we was at an Italian restaurant and you ate so much fucking food, you fucking vacuum, that the server was like, where did the food go? Like, stop it right now. You talking about she ain't let me to the back of her room on her tour bus. She had this big ass room. Bitch, can I play with my pussy one time? In my bed one time? Like, damn, you want to sleep in my bed every day? That's crazy to me. Anyways, yeah, I'm about to act.
No, I kind of feel her.
This would be a good song. Nah, this is the type of shit I want to hear about her songs. I don't want to hear her think you this shit fart. I want to hear I can't play with my pussy. She's got some gold here. She needs to write this shit down.
Yeah, that's a bar. Yeah. I think we're gonna chop that up and use it as a drop at some point.
No, because it's like I would love that as a drop because, like you said, it's like how many variations of "Think You the Shit, You Not Even a Fart." I feel like that's like every song now. Whereas like that's the deep struggle I want to hear about. Talk about how you just yearning to play with your pussy.
Yeah, yo.
But niggas is just in your ear. Cause I feel that. Like you ever want to rub one off, but your girl keep judging you. And you trying to explain is like you can't rub it like I do.
These questions just like they get increasingly more obscure and personal to where I'm like, I want to say I agree with you, but I don't even know what point of reference this experience is coming from. So I might honestly not relate to that. Like, I live in a pro masturbation household.
Yeah, no, but this beef, I mean, even the way she did talk about her though, you could tell that's somebody that's like, that ain't really your friend.
No, they're clearly like,
you fucked up trusting a light skinned chick from the Bronx.
Yeah,
that was the first mistake.
Yeah, people just gotta be more selective in their friendships. And you know, what are they, 23, 22 or some shit? They're young. Yeah. They make mistakes, but it's like when you notice everybody around you is making the same mistakes, I think it starts to be a bit of a pattern that you should notice. Maybe try to change it a little bit. Azalea Banks and Cleotrapa are going to go. Are they going on tour or are they just doing a show together?
They just doing a show together.
I actually would love to go to that if I'm being 100% honest. On Halloween,
yeah,
this is honestly sounds like a good time. You might hear any slur. You might hear like Ice Spice's manager is a bird ass nigga for trying to add insult to injury when a young girl is expressed. Damn, yo, all right. So Azalea Banks is on a right mode. Usually she's wrong, but she's like, she must have took like some sort of like fucking medication or something.
No. When Azalea Banks is right, she's right.
Yo, really, like when she's wrong, she's fucking so wrong. When she's right, there is no like she's spot on a lot of the time.
No, but I mean, you know, I do get both sides of it. I get it from the aspect of like, if I saw Beyonce treating Kelly like that, I'm like, yo, that's fucked up. Yeah. Like y'all came up together, we practiced dance moves together, where you know they not really cool. Then also being an opener complaining about why I gotta carry my own bags because you're nobody, and this shit isn't about you. You gotta carry your own bags.
Yeah, like she lucky she ain't get sent to the store. She's never like musicians and comics gotta hang out more because comedians that open, they know their place in the world, which is as a fucking gopher.
Right? Yeah, comedians that open. That's why I'm fortunate enough to have like open for the people that I have open for. Yeah, that they treated me in such a way where, you know, I still get treated like a human.
Well, did you ever like open for? Did you ever like? You never really went like around like early on with anybody?
No.
See, so a lot of us will do that with like people we don't really know that much, but it's like, hey, I drive, you need a driver. Yeah, and it just works.
Yeah, because that's how it is. A lot of comedians get road work in New York just from having a driver's license.
But there's no illusion that we're friends. Like it's a business contract.
Yeah, or you'll see like comedians opening for people, like they perform and then after the show they out front selling the headliners merch.
Yeah, I would never do no shit like that because at the end of the day, you got to think of like what you might be getting out of that versus how you like. You might think it might be better for you in the long run, but think about the ways in which it could also be worse. Like, oh, this guy's gonna like me, and he's got famous friends, so maybe one day he'll recommend me to somebody. Or he'll be like, remember that kid that used to go fucking do my dry cleaning? Yeah, fuck him. Don't give him anything.
Yeah,
because he's a fucking loser, and he'll say yes to anything. Stand up for yourselves, people. Stop letting light-skinned people run you around fucking the country.
That's gonna be us.
Yeah. I'm gonna be knocking on the door of the tour bus. You trying to play with your pussy? I'm like, damn, nigga, I can't play with my pussy here. Anthony got a fleshlight that he pet like a cat.
And more light skin, dark skin beef. Kendrick is hosting he's performing at the next Super Bowl's halftime show.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'm excited for that too. People are mad because they feel like Lil Wayne should be the headliner because they performing in New Orleans. Nah, I don't want to see Wayne up there high with his 3 dreads.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, it's starting to be sad when I see Lil Wayne in public.
Yeah,
you know, like he just
okay.
It's just clear when he's going through something or like trying to get through something. And like I don't want to be. It was like Joe Biden during the debate where you're like, please don't fuck this up. Like I want you to do well, but like I know that there's a chance this might turn into you just fucking mumbling and having a flashback about some shit.
It's really gonna be sad at the 2026 Super Bowl when Lil Wayne found out that it was in New Orleans the year before.
Yo, you're bugging. I disagree with both of you completely. I think you're fucking bugging. I think Wayne's been on a feature run lately.
Oh, killing. He has been killing.
I have matured to a level as a lifelong New Yorker who there's a picture of Hove upon most New York Bibles. Mm-hmm. And I have become grown enough lately and really looked back at it to go, you know what? Lil Wayne possibly is the greatest of all time.
Oh, no.
With that being said, give him the Super Bowl in New Orleans. Why does Kendrick need this to embarrass Drake? That's all he did with this.
I think Kendrick can do his songs without cursing. I don't know if Lil Wayne has long enough songs with no cursing.
I don't know if Wayne could remember his songs.
That's honestly like another thing.
Is crazy. I'm done.
Yeah.
Yo, he has literally done interviews about this shit.
He's done
his memory don't.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that his fault. That he fucking went through the shit he went through. But I don't want to see shit go bad for him. Kendrick is kind of like, and also it's interesting because Kendrick has like a body of work that's kind of like you could see why a fucking like a sing-songy person would do the Super Bowl halftime show. But I'm curious to see how he would do this shit because he's like, he'd be doing his Hotepi shit.
I want to see Not Like Us on that stage.
Yo, I think that's very likely gonna be one of the songs. Kamala Harris did it in a fucking.
And also,
commercial.
The Grammys is the week before, so he actually has the chance to win the Grammy for Not Like Us and then perform it the following week.
I don't think that song deserves a Grammy because I don't even want to hear it no more.
I do. I love that shit. He put crack in that song.
Guys, this may be an old head take, so forgive me, bro. There's no way that song holds up to 85% of Wayne's discography.
No.
There's no way that any of this, like I said, that it's in New Orleans. Wayne has come back after everyone said the same things you guys are saying, like, oh, he might not be as sharp, he may not be as skilled, and he's been dropping feature after feature, and every one of them has been phenomenal.
No, but
you can record a feature privately.
But the thing
you could team up with the CIA to make Not Like Us.
No, but
he's teamed up with the CIA to do that.
To think about it.
He's getting
Tell me it's not true.
Tell me what to think about.
No, we can't do that. Kendrick is getting penalized for making a song that slaps.
Bro, when the following week, Taraji, who I love, and our next czar were in a commercial, and they looked at us and said, "You're right, Madam Vice President. She's not like us." And they're like, "They're not like us, Taraji P. Henson." Mind you, two people who I don't find much common cross of ground besides being in the cultural zeitgeist.
Yeah,
but I feel
like a grift. She's just grifting. She's trying to seem black.
Yeah, it's just I look at it no different than H&R Block using "This Is How We Do It."
The song being indoctrinated, and honestly, there may be a slight possibility that big radio, big government, everyone else was kind of behind the supporting of pushing this a lot harder than it needed to be. You know, keeping it in circulation, making it a cultural, not like us, is a hot phrase now. It's a T-shirt phrase.
This is,
but
good,
that's what I'm saying. We blame it in public. Yeah, it's like we blaming him for making a song that he got bullied into making. He was chilling. I feel like this is on Drake. This really is on Drake for calling him out like this.
I mean, he had apparently he had a lot of these songs like locked and loaded and ready to just release. So I don't buy that shit. But I will say, like, Not Like Us is like, it's like a party song, but he also, like, he talks about slavery in it and shit. Yeah, it looks good to be a government official trying to get black votes to be like ahead of this and be like, yeah, I totally get what he was going for. He's a black icon, when in reality, like, he's a musician. And they want us to idolize our musicians as if they are actually fucking activists.
We're looking at it like Wayne should be the performer for this in New Orleans because of Rock Nation. But you know, they performed in New Orleans before and they had Destiny's Child headline. And Beyonce, she didn't headline in Houston.
Yeah, I feel like he could do next year no matter what. He could do any year no matter when they do it. But he's on a run. He should be doing it this year. Yeah. Yeah, I hope he does the song where he's like, fuck you, bitch. No, fuck you, nigga. I hope they do that song. Yeah.
I would love to see that. I would love to see him come out the halftime show and say, my auntie is a man now.
Yeah, that's why he's getting booked, because he's saying shit.
From a production standpoint, everybody that I know that's told me they've saw Wayne in the past few years said Wayne has been like he doesn't put on a good performance because of him being high, him making so many songs that he doesn't remember his lyrics. Only thing else I had was the Sixers stadium might move to Jersey. Yeah,
that's kind of fucking disappointing.
I would rather it stay where it's at.
Yeah, I don't see why they keep putting all this money in the stadiums.
Like, cause they want to put it to 11th Street, 11th Market. How you feel about that?
What I don't see what's wrong with where the fuck is that now. It's out the way.
It's out the way.
It's out the fucking way at the end of the fucking city.
It's still easy to get to. If they put it,
train goes right to it. Like, it's just
train goes to it. The parking lot. Cause if they do move it to where the fashion district is, right? We already know how that area is now. Just imagine, like, I'm sure you remember how wild it used to be after school used to let out.
Yeah, I remember it was like a time when flash mobs were a thing.
Right. So now imagine coming out, like, imagine the niggas that can't get in, the metal detectors playing the let out of the Sixers game. And then people are saying, oh, but it's going to bring money to the city. It's going to boost the city's economy. When has boosting a city's economy ever helped the poor people in the city?
We've been hearing, that's the only thing Philadelphia's been hearing about any project for several decades, and it has never helped anybody. The crime rate is always going up. Yeah. They're always fucking, oh no, this is going to help the city. That's what the fucking fashion district, where they just put huge, gigantic TVs like Times Square, but it's a Burlington coat factory. Right. My nigga, what are you doing? They're talking about tax credits and it's going to help people, but it's like, when has anything they've ever done helped anybody? Right. Well, the thing is, I don't know if we're going to have as much as a say as we'd like to, and that shit might get done whether or not we fucking object to it. But it's just like, they don't never give a fuck about people. A tax credit has never gone to, I mean, we've had plenty of fucking opportunities to fix schools and roads and all that shit. This shit is just frivolous. Yeah. And it's funny, like, the Wells Fargo lease is ending, and they're like, oh, well, maybe we could build a new stadium. Like, when have you been able to go, I don't think I can afford my rent next year, so I'm going to just build a new house? Like, that's some bullshit.
It's the wildest shit, man. Yeah, I would hope that the Sixers stadium stays where it's at, or it go to Camden, but I don't think it should go to 11th and Market at all. So yeah, I think this is just a bad idea all around. But I guess we could get into the movie. We back as usual with another one, the Tubi movie of the week. This one, I like this movie. I like this movie a lot, and I like the lead actor that was in this movie. Man, we watched The Only Child. This was a thriller. It was a nice break from the horniness of the past weeks.
Yeah, like, I didn't think that it would be. I was skeptical because kid actors in Tubi movies are usually like not great.
Yeah.
But I'm like, well, there's not gonna be any sexual or suggestive themes in this because it's kids. So I'd be excited to watch this. You know, right. I don't dislike huge butts and boobs. You know, I'm not a prude.
No,
I just don't want to see it all the time.
Yeah, we love a BBL, but it's just like, damn, I needed a break just to like, I don't want to get numb.
My dick needed a break because I was beating it all the time.
Yeah, I don't want to get, I don't want to get numb or just like, you know, lose that urge.
Yeah, I don't want blood to come out of it anymore.
It's like,
sorry, I'm gonna be serious now.
No, but I can only take so much Nayeli.
Yeah, I really like, and if I'm being honest, like I don't like watch movies. I don't jerk off the movies and shit. Like I don't watch it for. I'm not watching a movie for like sex scenes and shit. Like it just makes me uncomfortable, so I just skip them. Yeah, like it's just too much, and I don't need to see that shit all the time.
Cause it's like the sex scenes, the sexual violence. It's like sometimes I want to watch a movie for the plot. I wanna get a good story, and this is what we got, man. I want to give a shout out to the director, writer, and producer of this movie, Justin Milton. Justin Milton, he did his thing with this one, man. And this was our first time seeing his work, but I like this a lot. But it wasn't our first time seeing the actor that was in this, Marvin Young.
But it's not our first time seeing him?
No, Marvin Young. He was in another movie. He was in The Temp. You didn't watch The Temp.
I didn't watch
No, you was going that week. You was going that week.
Is there anything else he was in that we saw?
No. That was the only.
No, but he was good in The Temp though.
Yeah.
Who's the lady that was in The Temp? She was in something else too. She was good.
I don't know, but she was.
Oh, she was in the one with wasn't it like the one with Denzel Dandridge where like at the end of the movie like she gets some dudes to like fuck him up or something.
Let me see. Was it Nakia? Was that Brandy Specs? Oh yeah. She was in Absence of Innocence. Okay. Yeah. I love how like our Tubi actors stay connected. And
look,
she's
together. In Get Close with
What's Get Close?
No, we didn't watch it.
I mean, what's his name's in it?
Yeah, this is a whole. This shit is more entertaining than like any other streaming service right now because everything's so connected.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I love seeing just how they spread across the nigger cinematic universe.
Yeah, it's like,
bro, I was so happy. I thought you was gonna be like, we could say NCU, and then you did that.
No, because I gotta let the new listeners know what the NCU stands for, and it's a hard R on that because it's definitely a hard R on that because this is some of the most niggerish shit you will ever watch.
Yeah, it's like Disney Plus, but like it's HIV Plus. It's like all the content is connected.
It's like Disney Plus, but it's some chicken grease on your remote.
Chicken grease and
it's like
and lotion.
It's like when you touch your remote, but you know somebody was licking Doritos off their fingers first.
In the back of the remote is nowhere to be found, by the way.
And you gotta hold it up. You gotta hold the remote in the air.
You gotta bang it on the table to get it to work. You gotta smack the side of the TV.
This movie.
This is a good movie.
Yeah, this was alright, man. This movie, The Only Child. It was alright. The movie is about a car accident happens early into the movie, and it kind of tears the family apart. It's a young girl that loses. Well, it's a young girl and a father that both loses the wife and mother to a drunk driver.
Yeah.
And in this, very traumatic time for a young girl, and she doesn't want anybody to take her mother's place and come into her dad's life. And
it's a good plot.
Yeah, yeah. This was definitely like, I love a nice thriller. I love a nice thriller from Tubi. This was kind of like, you ever see the movie The Good Son? With Macaulay Culkin?
I don't think I did.
But like, that's a good movie. But it kind of reminded me of that, of just how like, how good she played this evil child.
Yeah. It was an interesting character.
Yeah.
Because the kids usually in these movies they're just annoying to watch. and they don't really serve any purpose other than to show that this person has kids to look after and shit. But she actually did some funny shit in the movie.
Yeah, and it's cool to see, like, Tubi is so young that we get to grow with these actors. So it's going to be. I don't want to make it weird, but who knows? We might see her selling drugs one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might.
I mean, or maybe she becomes the doctor. Maybe she does something positive. Yeah, we gotta get her off of Tubi now that you mention it. Let's protect this kid from Tubi because she has a future as long as she, keeps making decent movies.
Yeah. Watching young actors grow up and seeing them go through shit, I be feeling bad. Yeah. Like I be feeling like watching Sky Jackson.
People, what's she going through right now?
I know she just had like a little situation where like her boyfriend, and watching her go through that, I'm like, that's my little nigga from Jesse.
Yeah, that sucks.
Like watching that or remember the young boy Cameron? Who was the young dude Cameron that passed? It was.
What are you talking about?
The young white kid. He was also in Grown Ups.
Oh yeah. The kid that had that rare disease or something.
Yeah, and I think he passed in his sleep. Like I be feeling bad for these kids, man, because it's like you watch them. It's like shit. They become a part of your childhood, teenage years.
Yeah, you just really want to root for these kids because you know how bad being a child actor is. So you're like, man, I hope everything turns out okay with this fucking guy.
Right.
Because they might end up with face tattoos or
I don't want to see bro. You said it. You said it exactly, man. I don't want to see this little girl go from the only child to Vlad interviews.
Yeah, I don't want to see her go from only child to OnlyFans. I want to see her turn into like a bigger child star.
Overall, I like this movie. I like this movie a lot, man. It was a great story. It hit differently for me as a dog lover. It was the dog. He was like the star of the movie.
Yeah, there was a
nice. I think there was a Cane Corso.
I don't think there's too many dogs as like characters in these two movies. Like the dog was a character of its own that served a purpose. That was good.
Yeah, like this. I love how they shot this movie. Just like certain scenes where the camera was following certain characters throughout the house, but the camera wasn't shaking. Like just that little detail where it's like, all right, I could tell they put some effort into this.
Yeah, the camera not shaking. You can hear everybody. It's like one consistent volume. Again, at the end of the day, it is a Tubi movie, so like we're talking about how great this is as a Tubi movie. Remember that, so don't watch it and be mad. Like, what the fuck is this? It's still a Tubi movie, but like there's structure to it. It represents. Again, this is the other thing. When you see a representation of a black family as just like a regular family that's like maybe a little bit well off, just living a regular life, they're dealing with the life event and shit. Like, I want to see that type of shit. I don't got to see. Oh shit, I don't know how we gonna make rent. Well, let's just rob drug dealers. And then sell the drugs. Now we in the game. If I hear the word "the game" one more fucking time, I'll fucking in the balls.
You have any lines you want to play from it? I got a few. I got 2 lines I want to play from it. It wasn't like
I don't think I really had any.
I got 2 lines I'll play from it, but it's not that we don't have lines because the conversation wasn't good. It was just sometimes in Tubi movies, you gotta kind of play lines just to get across how wild some of this shit is, and it doesn't make any sense. With this movie, everything was consistent and really made sense.
Yeah, even when it was like outlandish, it still did follow suit with everything else.
Yeah. So I'll play this one line. And this is like, I like this because it was an actual depiction of a single father trying to take care of his child after the mother passed.
Yeah, like the cute little lisp and shit too.
Yeah, that is a dad right there. Hey, come get something to eat. Nigga, I already fixed something for myself hours ago.
Yeah, and the type of shit you was gonna make, I wouldn't be able to eat anyway. So
yeah, but overall, man, if y'all looking for something to check out, this was a great movie. So like we said, this movie, The Only Child, it's about a young girl trying to keep people away from her dad. trying to keep people away from her dad because, you know, the mother passed away and she doesn't want anybody else to fill out that role, and she won't stop at anything to ensure that she's controlling things how she wants.
Yeah, I think this was like a new plot that we saw. Like, you know, how do you deal with grief? But obviously it takes a weird turn and everything. But at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, you're a kid. You lost a parent, you know. How do you deal with it? Yeah. There's a lot to play with there. But, you know, how do we come up with Big Tony's money? Like, that shit is getting old.
Yeah. So y'all looking for something to check out, man? Y'all can watch this with the family. What is this rated? This is rated TV 14. So you could definitely watch this with the family. You don't got to worry about any assaults. You don't got to worry about...
Come over and put your lips on this dick. I don't got to worry about that.
Yeah. You don't got to worry about Jamal Willis saying, where my money at, bitch?
That nigga is so disrespectful.
No, we definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in with us on another episode. Let me see. Like I said, yeah, the link will be the link for the DC show. That'll be in the description to this episode. The virtual show, I'm gonna set up that info for y'all really soon. And if y'all want to see us in any other cities moving forward, man, definitely, please just keep engaging with us, because this podcast will only continue to grow with your engagement. And definitely, man, we definitely appreciate the questions. Keep sending in those questions, because they're getting better and better each and every week, man.
Yeah, definitely send us questions. Don't send no attachments. Because if I see somebody sent an attachment, I'm not going to open it. So just already know that off the bat. The attachments will not be seen.
No, I'm curious, so I got to open that.
Yeah. You think it'd be worth it? It's not all the time.
It's been a good one, man. I'm Anthony Moore.
I'm Asante Morris.
I'm Maxwell.
And we out of here.